So morning of day 57, just climbed up. I'm not sure what this peak is called, but did a 2,000-foot climb this morning after my zero yesterday. Sporting some new shoes. Very happy to have those. Ordered up a new hammock because that one's fraying. Got most of my equipment issues I think worked out. The weather forecast is lots of fog this morning, as you can see, and thunderstorms this afternoon. So we'll just have to see how that all goes. But I did not buy a new pad, so I won't be sleeping in any shelters. Hopefully I'm not going to regret that decision. They're all full anyway when it rains. So it sounds like there could be heavy weather Monday night, so I just booked a room just in case. Rather book it and not use it than not have it. But got about 5 miles or so with TBD over here, who sets a nice pace I can almost keep up with. And we'll see how the day goes. I think it's just going to be one of those kind of blah, rainy days. We've been in and out of rain. I'm carrying my umbrella, but not using it right now. Problem is when I take the umbrella out, I have to stow my trekking poles. So it's kind of like stop, take the raincoat off or whatever, put the umbrella away. So I don't trust the weather yet. I'm going to keep going with the umbrella for a few minutes and see if the rain comes back. But won't be a lot of views today. This is just part of the deal. I know you've seen a few days like this. I don't mind it. I'm definitely hopeful I don't have to set up camp in the rain. That's the hard part, or taking it down. But if it's not raining then, that'd be cool. And I think there's better weather coming. I think the next few days are like real hot with afternoon thunderstorms, that kind of a pattern. Until Monday when a cold front comes in. I think I mentioned that. We'll see. By the way, as long as there's nothing interesting to see right now, and maybe for the whole day, I've been meaning to talk about insects because they're definitely out in force. And I chose to get my clothes protected with something called permethrin against the ticks, which are a really big deal. They've definitely, people have been seeing ticks. Haven't talked to anybody who's had one embedded yet, but they're out and people are finding them crawling around on their stuff or on their clothes. So there's a service called Insect Shield. You can Google it, that you can send your clothing to. I think they do it like by the garment or by the box, just a whole box of garments. And they'll wash it in like an industrial setting, wash in the permethrin, and then it's supposed to be good for like, I don't know, 50 or 60 or 70 washes or something. So strangely, once this chemical is in your clothing, it'll kill the bugs, the ticks, I think the mosquitoes too, if they land on it and sit there. And you have to make your own decision what you're comfortable with against your skin, right? I mean, it's a chemical. But my thinking is I'd rather take the risk of that chemical against my skin than Lyme disease or this well, any of these various tick-borne things that are so crazy sounding. There's one right now that if you haven't heard of it, you're going to think I'm out of my mind, but it's for real. If you get bit and you get this infection, you become allergic to meat, and you can get anaphylaxis from being exposed to meat, which sounds crazy. And I don't want to get that. I don't want to get Lyme disease. My father had Lyme disease, and it, plagued him off and on for various times through his life. I know other people who've had serious side effects from it, so I don't want to get it. And the permethrin stuff, like I said, you got to do your own research and see what you're comfortable with. I guess it's used a lot by the military. It's not a new thing. It's been around for a while. And I've chosen to have it professionally washed in. It's washed in on my socks, my pants, my shirts, my hat. So all of this stuff, in theory, if a tick gets on it, they're going to die. So I've been meaning to talk about that now that the bugs are out in force. And if you're thinking about the trail, maybe that's helpful. Okay, I'm wrapping up day 57. I'm hunkered down in my hammock. The rain quit enough to be able to set up camp without getting soaked. And it seems like it's going to be nice unless the thunderstorms come through, which they may. And it sounds like we got heavy weather coming again on Monday, as I thought was starting to brew up to be. So I'll be off trail again Monday night. I'll figure out those details, but I did get a room booked. So it seems to be part of the, kind of cadence right now is just having to plan around the weather, which is going to cost me some miles, but so it goes. Did 20 miles today. The shin splints felt almost gone, which is great. I don't think it would be impossible for them to come back. So I'm trying to be smart, but I'm not taking any more NSAID. I got the new shoes with the inserts. Those seem to be helping. I'm sure the 0 day helped. And today the 20 miles were pretty easy, 20, and no pain while I was hiking. I mean, I'm going to feel a little bit of pain when I flex it, but that's much different than it was, a week ago. So that's good. Had lots of calories today. I'm definitely trying to up my calorie intake, and I'm feeling really good. Not, kind of zonking out at the end of the day the way I was earlier in the hike. And I assume part of that, if not all of it, is because I'm getting a lot more calories. So that's helping. I resupplied at like a gourmet shop just for some different stuff. And I bought tuna in oil in these little tins. And it turns out they're packed in a lot of oil, and that's where a lot of the calories come from. So when I opened it up, I don't want to lose all those calories, and I can't just pour it on my sandwich like on a tortilla. So, I drank the olive oil, and so I think that would make me retch in real life, but on the trail is okay. It kind of stuck with me for a while because it was probably like a third of a cup of olive oil that had been, bathed in tuna for however many months. I got one more of those, but I think I will not buy those again. But it worked, and it's good calories. So what are you going to do? I did meet a guy on trail today, and we were talking about, Murphy's Law and how things that can go wrong will go wrong. And he said, "Have you heard of Cole's Law?" And I said, "No, I haven't." He said, "Yeah, it's diced cabbage."